showdown is not meant to cause offense or harm. The viewer acknowledges any reliance on the accuracy or completeness of said content should be done at their own discretion. The host apologizes in advance for any affront as a result of personal attacks.
Again, I say, thank God for Rob Parker. He shows up on the showdown and he says the most outrageous things. And occasionally he's right. And I admit it when it happens. How are you, Rob?
I'm good, BK. How are you? Outrageous. I'm just trying to keep it real here.
You're your own guy. I'll give you credit. All right, here's your topic number one, because Rob sends these in. Here we go. Shohei Ohtani has plateaued. Sell me on that.
BK, have you watched this year? Oh, my goodness gracious. Here we go. I'll just give you the numbers. 10 home runs and 15 RBI. I don't know about you, but that sounds like Dave Kingman with a better batting average. I mean, really? 15 RBIs? We're in May? I mean, I've seen this guy strike out a number of times. It means you're not knocking in anybody when it's not a home run. So that's not the Shohei Ohtani I saw a year ago. That's all I'm saying.
Rob,
there's no way you could have 10 home runs and 15 RBIs.
You know RBIs are reliant on your teammates. You realize that, right? Like, you can only drive guys in when they're on base, and that's not up to you. Let me show you his last 3 years. Because Shohei Ohtani's last 3 years, he is actually almost the same guy. The batting average is within 11 points. On base, almost identical. Slugging, all right, I'll give you this. He's 26 points lower than last year. But his OPS plus, it's higher this year than the previous 2 years. He's essentially the same guy. Like Stan Musial, like Mickey Mantle didn't have identical years like that. He's about the same guy.
No, and here's where I'm talking about. He's supposed to be on a plateau with Aaron Judge, these two MVP-type seasons. I can sit here honestly and say I expect even more for Aaron Judge as he continues. Ohtani is not going to match last year's season, and I can't see him as we go forward have a better year than that. Can I look at Aaron Judge and say he's going to have better years than he had this past year? Yes, I do believe that.
And that's what is making him like an all-time great. I just mentioned Mickey Mantle. Like, Judge is up there with Mickey Mantle. That's the highest praise. Ohtani also, I'll just throw in, Rob, just listen for a second. Ohtani leads the league in runs scored. He leads the league in triples. He's slugging 600. Later this year, he's going to pitch. What are you missing? He's the same guy that he was last year, except now he's going to pitch eventually.
No, but Brian, come on. 15 RBIs on 10 home runs.
You got to get out of the 70s. RBIs, you have to have guys on base. That's your teammates, so his teammates are not getting on base. And if you say he's plateauing, if he's plateauing at a peak, that's not a plateau. He's peaking. He's staying at a peak.
No, he's not staying at a peak because he had more RBIs. So now all of a sudden, you're telling me he's not getting it. You're telling me he's getting no hits when guys are on base, or is it just home runs?
So he's choking with men on base. He's not getting guys on base, even with the Dodgers, or he's leading off in the bottom of that order. I don't even know. Is he leading off? The bottom of the order is not getting on base for him.
BK, I live in Los Angeles. I watch Dodger games. I've seen him strike out plenty of times in situations with guys on base. It's not like he's getting a hit every time guys are on base, is all I'm saying.
But he's getting on base 40% of the time. He's getting on base. Can we show the numbers again? Just the last 3 years. He's getting on base 40% of the time. He's slugging 600. Rob, I'd be happy to hate on the top dog. I mean, that's what we do. But I'm sorry. He's slugging 620. There's no hate. There's nothing. There's no there.
BK, will he match last year's numbers? I'm going to ask you. He's going to have the same numbers he had last year?
Percentage-wise, I bet you that's it's almost identical. It's almost identical. The answer is yes.
He will not have 50 steals.
RBIs will fluctuate. Well, 50 steals, right, won't happen because then he's going to be pitching eventually. All right, let's get to this.
Will he have 50 home runs?
50 home runs? Possibly. Possibly.
No, he will
What's
not.
he on pace for? 45, 46? It's possible.
Yeah, but that's on pace.
And that's his totals.
Less than that. It could be 38. I'm just saying. And that's a pace.
He's on pace for 44. He's on pace for 44. Are there years where Mantle won the Triple Crown with 56 homers and then he had 44? Yes. And he was still Mickey Mantle at his peak. All right. I love this shtick too. But what do you think of Juan Soto now? Last 18 games, Rob, he's hitting about 300, 400 on base, slugging 552. Do you see that first home run? That's in a 0-0 game. Look at this home run. You got to give it up, Rod. He's not so anymore.
No, he's come around, and it's a good thing. I told you he would struggle early going to the Mets and whatnot. I think the thing that I look at the most when I think about Juan Soto and what he's done is the lack of impact it's had as far as adverse to the Yankees. That's what's shocking. He had an unbelievable year in the Bronx, hit over 40 home runs. He was in the middle of everything. It seemed like he was getting big hits left and right. And somehow he leaves the Yankees, and they're still winning, and they're still on the top of the AL East, and they have injuries all over the place. I think that, to me, is the most shocking thing about
their offense, though, Rob, their offense would be so much better with Soto in it. They're really missing Soto this year. In the next 3 to 5 years, 15 years is another story. Whether they should have signed him for that long, eventually that's going to be regrettable. But this year, the Yankees would be a monstrous machine if they had Soto in the middle of that lineup. Come on.
But look at where they are. First place, they lead baseball in home runs, and Giancarlo Stanton hasn't even played a game yet.
Yeah, Ben Rice is hitting. Right. It's a different team. With Soto in the middle, they'd be so much better. All right, here's one where I'm not going to argue with you. Well, I'll argue a little bit. I can't help myself. Is it time to revisit the Javi Baez situation in Detroit? Go ahead.
Yes, I think he's a comeback player of the year. I mean, he was left for dead. I mean, Javi Baez couldn't hit his way out of a wet paper bag. It was so bad. And now he's batting .318 with the Tigers. And he's playing the field. He played center field like he was in high school or something, making plays. Yep. He's not trying to crush every ball. He's actually being more focused at the plate, and has returned to a decent player for the Tigers, and they're leading the AL Central, and he's contributed. He's the AL comeback player of the year.
I'm stunned by it, and you're absolutely right. Him playing center field, you're right. It's like this guy can just do anything, right? A lot of guys can't. They go to center field, they look bad. They're exposed. Not Javi Baez. Somehow he's able to time things. He's a natural seemingly out there. His hitting has been good, but Rob, let me just show you something that will kind of give you a portend for the future. The difference between his WOBA, that's his hitting, that's his results, and his expected results. He's overperforming by a wide margin, third highest. Like Carson Kelly is on that list as well. These guys are going to regress a bit. And Javi Baez, he hasn't changed his plate selection that much or his strikeouts that much. He's gotten a little better, but on the by and large, those numbers I would expect to come back. They're going to come back the way he plays.
I'm not going to say he's going to hit .318 for the season. I agree with that. But you got to give him some credit from the standpoint that he was left for dead had it not been for this contract, which has this year and 2 more on it. Had it not had that contract, he would have been released by the Tigers. There's no way he would still be on this team.
No, he deserves credit. Right. He has filled in. They've needed him. Parker Meadows hurt. He's gone to center, has filled that spot, and they're about the best team in the American League, Yankees and Tigers. Give you credit there. Rob, thank you so much. See, thank God for Rob Parker.
Always the best. Remember this, when Shohei doesn't win the National League MVP this year, you're going to come back to this video and say Rob Parker called it. He said that he plateaued in May, and he's not the NL MVP.
Oh, good. I hope I can say that, and while saying Ellie De La Cruz is the MVP. How about that? But first, Kyle Schwarber extending his on-base streak to 42 games. That is, by the way, halfway to Ted Williams and the all-time record. He also leads the majors in home runs. Now, if you watch this show, you know the kind of player we like. Defense, base running, plays multiple positions, preferably in his prime, late 20s. So Kyle Schwarber is none of these things. Yet why do we love this player so much? Let's do a little digging in. Kyle Schwarber is in his age 32 season. He's in the final year of a 4-year contract with the Phillies that has been a huge win for Dave Dombrowski in Philadelphia. Over these last 4 seasons, Schwarber is second in all of baseball in home runs, second only to Aaron Judge, third in baseball in walks to Judge and Juan Soto. He is also 12th overall in total bases. Now, Schwarber has a unique set of skills which prompted the Phillies to bat him leadoff. He obviously has power, but he also has plate discipline, and he's having a career year this year. Look at the slugging at a career high right now. Last 3 years, you go back to 2023, 2024, this year. I know it's early. We're not there yet. But look at the walk rate, up near his career best. Chase percentage, all the way there to the right. That's at a career low. Schwarber also has drastically, this is the key number, drastically cut down his strikeout rate. A career low right now at just over 20%. Schwarber has led the league in strikeouts 2 of the last 3 years. Going from 28 to about 21%, that's a huge drop. That's a different player. Right now, he has 28 walks and 33 strikeouts. They're almost even. Kyle Schwarber. Now, we've talked about this a lot through the Phillies' playoff runs, but I did like the idea of Schwarber leading off. He's an instant threat, and he will change his approach to the situation, meaning if you try to pound the strike zone, he'll pounce, hit a home run. If you want to be careful, he'll happily just take his base. Either approach works. But this year, the Phillies are batting Schwarber mostly at cleanup. And you know what? With his power, that works too. In other words, Kyle Schwarber works everywhere. And here's why. Schwarber is a StatCast darling with plate discipline. You talk about a unique set of skills. There is nobody in baseball that does all of this. Nobody. This is 90th percentile and better in all these things. Nobody does this. Hard hit percentage, 99th percentile. That means he's 4th in all of baseball. Average exit velocity, even though I've got to go over it. Exit velo, 96th percentile. That means he is 10th overall in baseball, both leagues. Ex-WOBA, that's your expected weighted on base, the quality of your contact, 97th percentile. He's 5th in all of baseball. Bat speed, a relatively new measurement, 97th percentile, tied for 4th. By the way, Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, Yordan Alvarez, he's tied with them. Walk rate, bases on balls, 96th percentile, 3rd in all of baseball. And chase percentage, 93rd percentile, that is 12th overall in baseball. Only Kyle Schwarber is 90th percentile in all these things. One guy, that's it. If you want to lower the walk rate to the 85th percentile, you'll have 2 players. You know who? Kyle Schwarber and Aaron Judge. This is quite a mix. Power, bat speed, discipline, knowledge of the strike zone, and also what to do with it. He's not playing lawyer ball. He's looking to do damage and hit home runs. If you don't want to give him something to hit, he will take his base. Kyle Schwarber gets it. And that's why, despite not being our prototype, he's one of our very favorite players. Let us know what you think. What is Kyle Schwarber's value on the free agent market? He's in a contract year. He'll be a 33-year-old DH, but still one of a kind. We're on X, at MLB Now. In the meantime, halfway to Ted Williams. You know what that means.